Hi friends! Today we are here to talk about Pillar 4, the spiritual. Tried to get a wider angle on the video today so you all could enjoy this beautiful day with me because it is gorgeous. I'll let you in on a little secret. A lot of my videos are outside for a couple of reasons. One, because it's just a beautiful backdrop and I love it being outside. But two, inside my house, there's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of noise in there. So eventually I'll hopefully give you a few more, this is what it's like in Carla's house. But when I try to do these, there's frequently people talking and walking around, and I'm sure with what's happening in our lives right now, that may be true for some of you as well. Anyway, today we are talking about the spiritual aspect of weight release. So here's where we get into things like shame, things like self-forgiveness, and forgiveness of others. If you're carrying around bitterness, if you are carrying around a lot of guilt, if you have felt shamed in your life for different things, these are all emotions and spiritual things that actually can lead to us hanging on to physical weight. So in order to start to release the physical weight, sometimes you're going to have to go in and examine some of these more spiritual parts of yourself. How do we forgive other people? What does that actually look like when we've been deeply hurt? How do we make peace with ourselves and forgive ourselves? Sometimes, if you're anything like me, after years and years of being overweight and years of hating my body, I translated that into a hatred of myself. I blamed myself for not being able to lose the weight for whatever reason. And so I turned that anger and frustration and bitterness inside against myself. That's not a healthy place to be. So that is a spiritual aspect of ourselves that we really need to consider. How do you really feel about yourself? Also, how does God really feel about you? Do you have a strong conviction that you are loved and that you are cared for just the way you are now? Not once you've lost 50 pounds, but who you are now as a person. These are some of the things that we'll explore when we talk about the spiritual part of weight release. Also, is being overweight a moral issue? That's a question that you should consider for yourself. For many years, I was taught that it was. You know, when we get into some belief systems that talk about sin, and I was made at one point by some other people to feel very guilty about the fact that I was overweight because it was sinful. And that's really not true. Now, there are behaviors that are sinful that can lead to being overweight, but there are many, many people that are not doing those behaviors and still have weight issues, right? And by those behaviors, I'm talking about gluttony, I'm talking about sloth, you know, the bad words in the Bible, I'm talking about greed. But just because you have a weight issue doesn't necessarily mean that those are sins that are present in your life. So these are all some of the conversations that we'll have in weight release. But really what it comes down to is, have you made peace with the creator of the universe? Have you made peace with other people? And have you made peace with yourself? Obviously, this is an ongoing journey, but a lot of times, if we're carrying extra physical weight, there's some work here in this area that needs to be done. So that is the fourth pillar. Now we've covered them all: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Dealing with releasing weight from your body is not it's not a simple task. It's not like, oh, just do X, Y, and Z and the weight will come off. Because we're not simple people, right? We're complex people. There's a lot that goes into who we are and what makes us up as women. And I'm going to get into this more in future videos and in presentations that I'll do online. But the way I see it is, if we have an issue with our weight, it's like a circle in the middle, and then all around it are the different factors that affect that problem. And so sometimes we get so focused on looking at the problem, at the circle in the middle, that that's what I need to do. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. But we're not looking at all the circles around it, which are really what's feeding it. The weight is really just a symptom. It's not the problem. What I want to do in weight release is help us to actually look at the problems and give you tools to address them. So thanks for joining me for this short video series about the 4 pillars of weight release. I'm looking forward to getting into it with you more.